Hi everyone, it's Graham again and welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with part 1 of my May book haul. In my previous book haul, part 4 in April, it was an unexpected book haul because I had to take my husband Duncan to the dentist, and for obvious reasons I wasn't allowed to wait in the waiting area. So I was let loose on some charity shops, and I haven't been in a charity shop since early December. So I was like a kid in a sweetie shop, and I loved it. And then the very next day, I popped through to St Andrews because I had some books to pick up from Topping and Company, and I went to some charity shops there as well. So this is all the new books that I bought while I was in St Andrews. The 3 books that I picked up from Topping and Company, and then 3 other books that were from charity shops but were new stock. So yeah, without much further ado, let's get in. So the first one that I'm going to show you, I have already read this and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't completed it. I've read the poetry, but I've not read like the introduction. So I've still got that to read, but I've basically read the poetry section of the book. And it is on Love and Barley, the Haiku of Basho. So this is Matsuo Basho, and this is translated from Japanese. Matsuo Basho was a Buddhist monk, I believe, many hundreds of years ago. And this poetry is just beautiful. It's like literally 3 letters, like three or 4 letters long, sometimes 5 or 6. And I'm not 100% sure that I understand what haiku poetry is, but I will once I read the introduction of this. But it's just gorgeous. It's very enmeshed in nature, and talking of spring and summer and the snow and flowers and trees and animals, and it was just lovely, and I devoured this, and I feel that it's the kind of poetry that you could delve back into. I loved it so much. But I shall read you the back. Basho, one of the greatest of Japanese poets and the master of haiku, was also a Buddhist monk and a lifelong traveller. His poems combine karumi, or lightness of touch, with the Zen ideal of oneness with creation. Each poem evokes the natural world, the cherry blossom, the leaping frog, the summer moon, or the winter snow, suggesting the smallness of human life in comparison to the vastness and drama of nature. Basho himself enjoyed solitude and a life free from possessions, and his haiku are the work of an observant eye and a meditative mind, uncluttered by materialism and alive to the beauty of the world around him. These translations by Lucian Strike capture the refined artistry of the originals. This edition contains notes and an introduction that discusses how the life and beliefs of Basho influenced his work. So like I say, I haven't read the introduction, but I have read the notes at the end, so there's like a little paragraph on each little poem, and it's just lovely. I adored this. It was great, and I can't wait to find more Japanese poetry. So the next one that I got from Topping and Company, this one was also from Topping and Company. I got The Haunting of Aveline Jones by Phil Hickes. I had seen this a few times on Bookstagram, and it sounded really fun, and I had to get it, and I just love the front cover. It's just so sort of Scooby-Doo-ish, if that makes sense. This just sounds really lovely. Turn on your torches and join Aveline Jones. Aveline loves reading ghost stories, so a dreary half-term becomes much more exciting when she discovers a spooky old book. Not only are the stories spine-tingling, but it belonged to a girl called Primrose Penberthy, who vanished mysteriously, never to be seen again. Intrigued, Aveline decides to investigate Primrose's disappearance, with some help from her new friend Harold. Now someone or something is stirring, and it is looking for Aveline. I can't wait to get to this. This is something that I think I'm going to really like. And there's another book as well in the series. It's called I can't make that out actually. The Something, The Bewitching of Aveline Jones. And if I like this, which I'm sure I will, I'll have to get that as well. So yeah, this looks like fun. So the next one is the final one I got from Topping and Company, and this is a gorgeous signed first edition. I'm so excited. It's a chunker though. It is Philip, the Final Portrait by Gyles Brandreth. And on the back it has a picture of the Queen and Prince Philip, and obviously Prince Philip has just not long passed away. So I'm so happy to have this in my collection, especially as it's signed as well. And it's signed with one of these lovely book plates with Gyles Brandreth's signature. And I shall read you the inside. Let's see, move this out of the way. Okay, there's a lot here, guys. This is the story of Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, the longest serving consort to the longest reigning sovereign in British history. It is an extraordinary story, told with unique insight and authority by an author who knew the prince for more than 40 years. Philip, elusive, complex, controversial, challenging, often humorous, sometimes irascible, is the man Elizabeth II once described as her constant strength and guide. Who was he? What was he really like? What is the truth about those gaffes and the rumours of affairs? This is the final portrait of an unexpected and often much misunderstood figure. It is also the portrait of a remarkable marriage that endured for more than 70 years. Philip and Elizabeth were both royal by birth, both great-great-grandchildren of Queen Victoria, but in temperament and upbringing they were two very different people. The Queen's childhood was loving and secure, the Duke's was turbulent. His grandfather assassinated, his father arrested, his family exiled. His parents separated when he was only 10. Elizabeth and Philip met as cousins in the 1930s. They married in 1947, aged 21 and 26. Philip, the Final Portrait, tells the story of two contrasting lives, assesses the Duke of Edinburgh's character and achievements, and explores the nature of his relationships with his wife, his children, and their families, and with the press and public, and those at court who were suspicious of him in the early days. This is a powerful, revealing, and ultimately moving account of a long life and a remarkable royal partnership. I really am so excited to have this, and I'm so excited to get to it. When that will be, I'm not sure, but yeah, I will at some point, because it just sounds amazing. And I freely admit I am a royalist, so there's that too. So the final three that I'm going to show you are from the same charity shop. They are new because they were new stock. These are from Oxfam, and they are the Moomins. It's the Moomins. I've never read any Moomins before, and these are by Tove Jansson. So we have Tales from Moominvalley. We also have Finn Family Moomintroll, and we have Moominpappa at Sea, and these are by Tove Jansson. I shall read you the inside, and I'll start with Tales from Moominvalley. Meet the Moomins in this classic collection of stories. If you found a tiny golden dragon with green paws, would you know what to do with it? And suppose Two Ticky brought you an invisible child, would you know how to make her visible again? Anyone who has read Tove Jansson's Moomin books will delight in the chance to meet these characters and re-encounter such old friends as Moomin, Snufkin, and Little Mai in this collection of stories. Highlights of Tales from Moominvalley include the much-loved Christmas story, The Fir Tree, the wonderfully inclusive The Invisible Child, the enchanting Last Dragon in the World, and perhaps the best ever story about songwriting, Springtime. Tove Jansson was a genius of a very subtle kind. These simple stories resonate with profound and complex emotions that are like nothing else in literature for children or adults. And that's a quote from Philip Pullman, who wrote his Dark Materials trilogy. So there is Tales from Moominvalley. And then Finn Family Moomintroll. These are gorgeous as well. I mean, look at the back of that one. It's just beautiful. I read you the inside of this. Meet the Moomins in this world-famous, much-loved children's classic. The Moomins, in case you haven't already met them, are kind, philosophical creatures with velvety fur and smooth, round snouts, who live in a beautiful valley in a forest in Finland. They have the most natural way of turning friends into family. Moominmamma simply adds another plank to the table, and Moominpappa builds a new bed. The Moomins sleep through the winter, when the snow turns their house into a giant snowball. But when spring comes, they wake and clamber down rope ladders hanging from their windows, ready for a bright new adventure. In Finn Family Moomintroll, the discovery of the hobgoblin's hat leads to the most extraordinary magic and mayhem, coupled with the arrival of Thingamy and Bob and their mysterious suitcase. The Moomins have never experienced anything quite like this before. It just sounds lovely, and I'm so excited. And the final one is Moominpappa at Sea, and on the back is this gorgeous picture of a boat anchor with Moominpappa. And the inside says, the Moomins set sail for a mysterious island on a wild new adventure. The Moomins, in case you don't know, are kind, philosophical creatures with velvety fur and smooth, round snouts, who live in a tall blue house in a beautiful woodland valley beside the sea. Moominpappa yearns to make a fresh start, to find a rocky island and lighthouse where he'll feel alert and important again. And so the Moomins set sail for a new home. In Moominpappa at Sea, they arrive at an island that proves as mysterious and wild as even Moominpappa had hoped. It even has a deserted lighthouse. But how is Moominmamma to grow her flowers? And what strange fate befell the last keeper of the lighthouse? It just sounds lovely, and I'm so happy to have these. I believe these are like facsimile editions of the first editions, and if they look like that, then I want to continue carrying on. I want to carry on and get more of these books, because yeah, my husband Duncan has read these. He read them as a child, and he said that he loved them, and yeah, I'm excited. But anyway, that is the final books in my part one of my May book haul. Thank you so much for watching. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have so much fun doing it. Whatever you're reading, I hope you love it. Stay fabulous, be amazing, be yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye bye.